Right, guys, tickets are still on sale for my tour. We're going all over the gaff. I'm talking Cambridge, Derby, Manchester, Liverpool, Southend. We're going everywhere. We've also just announced some dates in Dublin, Belfast and Cambridge, all right? All me Irish gals, you're welcome. And maybe we're doing some dates in London. You think I forgot? Come on now. So make sure you go and buy tickets now. Otherwise, you're going to miss out and you're going to be a big loser. God bless. Welcome back to another episode of Saving Grace. Today, we've got Geordie's finest. We've got Bethan Kershaw.
Hey! Hey, fine shade.
Sensational to have you on.
Thank you.
I've been following you for so long now. It feels weird.
And
have
you know
you
what?
on.
For a long, long time, like years, and we've only briefly met.
You said this to me. I was like, have we met? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, oh. But I think it was at an awards thing.
It was. I think it was like...
Is it like a Brits thing or something?
Oh, that was what it was. Brits. A Brits like after party thing.
That was my first year going. Like the Universal Party or something like that.
Yeah,
it was
that
one
was
of those.
Yeah, that was it.
How weird is that?
I know.
And now you're on the pod.
I know.
I can't fucking wait. Okay, let's start from the very beginning. So I knew who you were from the old Geordie show.
Okay.
Okay. I just want to know, have you ever watched it back?
In the beginning, when I first went on, I watched a few.
Right.
But like...
And then you thought, no.
Yeah, I thought, traumatized.
Yes.
And then I feel like, not all of them. I've watched obviously a few. You know what it is? I watch clips of everything, on TikTok and Instagram. I just watch
You don't
clips.
need to watch it back anyway. My thing is I've always said this, and me and Ella were saying this the other day because we were watching Big Brother and Danny got drunk. And then we thought, imagine like it's bad enough getting drunk and then waking up and having like beer fear. Yeah. But knowing you've been filmed and then it's going to come out in like 6 months. How do you feel about that when you were on the show?
Well, this is the thing. So when I first went in and when I was first on it, I didn't give a fuck. I was like, do it.
Yeah.
Do it. Yeah. Then I didn't realise, that causes trauma. No. Now I'm anxious wreck, nervous, anxious wreck.
Yeah. Is it worse the next day when you wake up or when it comes out?
I think probably when it comes out. When you wake up the next day, you don't really realise, you don't really think about it.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, I mean, I haven't been in TV for years now. I don't know if I don't know, I don't know. I've changed so much.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know if I'd be able to like cope.
I think
I'm an
I'd leave.
overthinker now. Obviously, I got diagnosed with ADHD, so like it really makes sense as to why I like ruminate on like loads of things.
Good word.
But back in the day, I really didn't give a shit. I really did not care.
That's your 20s though, isn't it?
It was the 20s.
When I was at uni, if someone filmed me, I wouldn't have given a fuck. But the digital footprint is real.
Oh God, yeah, honey.
And don't I know? Yeah. Don't I know? They're like, how did you start? I'm like, no, worry about it. Don't go down. Yeah.
We'll not talk about that.
Yeah. How did you find Geordie Shore though?
Do you know what? I had some really, really fun experiences, like really amazing experiences that you'd never be able to even comprehend.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then on the flip side of that, I had some really traumatic experience as well.
Really?
So it's like peaks and troughs, isn't it?
But you were dating on the show.
Yeah.
Which is, actually, I will say, people are like, but I think it's so easy when you're living in a house full of these people, some of them good looking, you're going to date them.
Of course.
And they are all scum.
Well, exactly.
So, that it's never going to work out well.
It isn't. No, if you're dating people in TV, I think in general, men in TV, well, I don't know.
We live and we learn. Yeah. Hell.
Yeah.
But I suppose it's also traumatic when you're sort of over the situation, then it's back on telly and you're like, right, I've just got over that. And do you see things that you didn't see prior? Because, like I'm thinking of an example of, who was it? Someone on the show was dating someone. Was it Charlotte? She turned up to surprise someone and they were getting off with a girl in the club as she turned up.
Couldn't even imagine that. Me, I've got big emotions. I've got big feelings.
Yeah.
I'm ill if they go and speak to someone, if they have a mutual, casual conversation.
Yeah.
I want to fuck that place up.
Even if it's their cousin, I'm like, well, why are you talking to them?
Why are you talking to your cousin for?
Yeah. Bit weird. People fuck their cousins. Yeah. Completely agree.
Yeah, nah. Do you know what, right? I just feel like it's weird because TV, like reality TV, puts you into positions that you would never normally be in on the outside. So it influences you in a way that would never be normal.
Yeah.
You would never see your lad like speaking casually with a bird that he's been necking on with. Like you wouldn't.
And the parties, the house parties give me the fear.
Right.
Give me the big fear of
Why?
just the thought of it.
Okay.
Because it's in your own home.
Right.
Why are you getting off with someone in our home?
Okay.
That's like me having a house party and Ella getting off with someone in our house. Do you know what I mean?
Doesn't feel like that though, because it doesn't
Really?
feel like home. If you know what I mean. To me, it
feels
didn't.
like the Geordie Shore house.
It feels like Geordie Shore house here.
What was the mess like?
Awful.
Right.
Hated it.
Okay.
Did contribute a little bit
Of course.
for TV purposes. Probably. I'm not like that at home. I've done a few things where I just thought, you know what? Yeah, I'll just throw this pie.
Yeah, but you're in
I'll
like
do
a
it.
warehouse. If you're going to
Who
throw it
cares?
anywhere.
Exactly.
gonna
And
be
it
in
was
the
a
fucking
cheap little
warehouse.
dump anyways. It looked all right on TV, but when you actually get
Oh,
in,
really?
awful.
Was it?
Yeah.
And what was the wildest thing you saw while on the show or happened?
Don't know. You're telling us you're seeing on the spot things. I'm not good at on the spot.
You're right. Okay.
I'm not like, let's have a think. Wildest thing on the show.
There was a lot of piss.
Oh, there was a lot of wee, but I don't think there was a lot of wee when I was on it. I don't think there was a
People
lot.
held that in.
They
probably
did. They
by
held
time
it
you
in.
got there.
Sometimes they couldn't.
And we've all been there, is what I'll say.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah.
But
yeah. I was just trying to make it better. Right.
I don't think I've ever weed myself. I don't think so.
I think the last time I pissed myself was probably like 8.
Well, I'm a bit older now, so no, sometimes when I sneeze, it comes out.
Has a little.
Yeah,
That's fine.
now I'm a bit older. I didn't weigh myself, like I didn't weigh the bed or anything, but now I'm a bit older. I've got really bad, like some contractual flow, whatever.
Oh.
What's it called?
Is that when you do the Kegels?
Kegels.
To tighten it? Yeah. Oh, we need to get up on the Kegels.
I know, yeah. But yeah, I don't think I've ever weighed myself. But yeah, there was a lot go on. To be honest, it's all a blur. I've got that much, like, you know, trauma, not just from like life, but from past generations, right?
I'd like to start something where if you're watching this, put it back to the beginning, and every time we say trauma, take a shot. And let's see how fucked up you are by the end of it.
Yeah, 100%.
Would you ever... My thing is with Geordie Shore is the amount of drinking that... Is there some days you couldn't be bothered?
Do you know what, right? I think back in the day, obviously people aren't really like that. I mean, I'll speak for myself, but I just feel like people don't really do that anymore. Myself, of course.
Yes, of course.
But obviously back in the day, like you would actually drink to get through it. You couldn't not. I swear to God.
Sounds like a really good show.
Yeah. No, it was. Honestly, it was fun. But I think like the late nights, kind of like early mornings, don't get us wrong, sometimes you get like 6-8 hours sleep, but when you're drinking as well, your body needs a bit more than 8 hours sleep to recuperate itself.
Yeah.
And yeah, you didn't get that. You got your 8 hours from your normal working day.
Was there like a shift when you went on the show? Like, did your life change like a lot? Or as in the way people perceived you, or not really?
Do you know what? Don't really know.
Because I think you went in at a good time. When Geordie Shore first started, people were like so judgmental of everyone on the show.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like when you went on, it was sort of like, they're here.
Yeah.
They've accepted it
They'd
now.
already took the brunt of it, so I kind of just was like, hey.
Thank you.
But I feel like maybe I'm not as like wild though either. Like I just feel like I don't really do I mean, I don't think I do. Really wild, outlandish shit, I feel.
Yeah.
I think I'm just a little bit like, woohoo.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's my issue. I think I'm just fucking gone with the wind.
Yeah.
Like,
The best way to be.
yeah.
So you left in 2019.
I don't know. Can't tell you.
Well, my notes say you left in 2019.
Okay.
Do you speak to anyone from the cast?
Not really.
Brilliant. We'll leave that there.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, no speaking.
No, I work with Charlotte a bit because she's got her own brand, so I do a little bit of like working and stuff with Charlotte.
Yeah.
But allegedly, no.
Allegedly, yeah, fuck them all.
Yeah.
Allegedly. And would you go on any more reality TV now?
Do you know what, right? It's a bit of a bizarre one because sometimes I can dissociate and I don't know if it's like because of me ADHD or trauma.
Yeah. Take a shot.
I do dissociate sometimes. So sometimes I kind of go like, what were we talking about?
Yeah.
Where have I been?
I can't feel my
What's
body.
going on?
Yeah.
So like, I don't know if it would put us under so much like stress, like with my body and stuff. So I don't know. If I was to do,
Okay.
maybe something like Big Brother.
You would do amazing in Big Brother.
Yeah.
You honestly would do amazing.
I think I would. Like, I don't want to toot my own home, but I think I would be, because I just feel like I am quite normal, but not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you bring the fun. I feel like, I don't know if it's your accent or what, but you do bring the fun.
Yeah,
so I think you'd be that person.
I feel like that's what I want to bring though as well. Like I want everyone to like just be happy. Like, can we not just all be happy for each other?
Do you know what though? I couldn't do a show like that because I would forget what's going on and just start bitching about people.
And but that's also quite funny
that
though.
Would be the only thing that was aired.
But I think that's quite funny though.
Me with the wine, I can't fucking stand that.
Yeah, but also that's like you and your like authentic truth and you're being honest, like you're not being fake.
Yeah.
Which is good. I like that. Some of
yourself.
These people in TV, you're fake as fuck.
Yeah.
Can't bear it. Just be your normal self. You don't have to put an act on.
My favourite thing is the rebrands.
Right.
Yeah, you know, when people have been themselves,
okay,
it's got them really far.
Yeah.
And then they want to rebrand.
Yeah.
Stop rebranding.
Yeah.
Stay true. If you piss yourself, you piss yourself.
Yeah.
And just go for it.
I mean, I rebranded.
No, but you didn't. You just grew up.
Right,
I think there's a difference.
How would you like distinguish a rebrand then?
Okay, so I'd say a rebrand is, say, okay, this would be a bad, so you've started on Geordie Shore, you've been yourself, you've been funny, blah, blah. If you rebranded by speaking in a really posh accent, you start just wearing like nun outfits.
Okay.
And you just,
Right,
act
okay.
like you're not from
where you're from.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how I'd say.
I get that.
Start working with like scone companies.
What's a scone?
Exactly. Exactly.
Scone?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Language barrier.
Language, yeah.
That's how I'd say.
Okay. I mean, I feel like I've had a slight rebrand only because of like the wellness. I'm not trying to poison myself with alcohol anymore. Trying to like rewire my brain.
Well, this brings me on to when I was following you on TikTok, you were on this celibacy journey.
Yeah.
How long did your celibacy last?
2.5 years, if not longer.
That's
if not longer.
What made you want to do that?
Trauma. No, do you know what? I think it was really weird. I kept finding myself in situations with men who are liars, unfaithful, cheats, horrid, gremlins.
Yes.
Not very nice.
All of the above.
All the above, plus more.
Yes, yeah. So you thought, right, if we go celibate,
it was... I feel like it was one of those things where I just thought I really need to decenter men and just really kind of connect back with myself.
Nice.
And obviously I went in this like spiritual healing journey as well. Like I had a spiritual awakening. Could have been psychosis.
Could have been.
Could have been, shoulda, coulda, woulda, shoulda. But yeah, so I feel like I went on a bit of a spiritual journey where I was just like, hang on a minute. The math ain't mathing and something's not adding up.
Yeah.
Because I'm literally a human portal. I'm getting treated like shit.
Yeah.
By men. But how? I'm a human portal. I create life.
So you had that like spiritual awakening.
Yeah.
I love that. And were you dating while celibate or no?
I was dating a little bit. A little bit. Because, you know, I like a bit of attention. I am a lover girl at heart.
Yeah.
Just these men make it really fucking
But
hard.
was that difficult?
It was and it wasn't. Like I say, men make it really hard to date them now.
Yeah, no, that's
I think when you get to the the point in your mind where you're like, right, I'm really I knocked it.
That passionate.
Sorry. When you get to the point in your life where you're just like, I really need to decenter like relationships in men, you kind of go, all right, well, you know, you're not making it easy for me to like you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because and also I was doing a lot of therapy, so I can see a lot of the manipulation tactics.
Yeah.
But I liked it when I was blissfully unaware. Now I'm too aware of it and it's making it really difficult because I'm like,
really?
He's not putting in the effort. He's not doing this. He's seeming a bit avoidant. He's this. And I can see it and I'm like, oh... Could have, should have, would have, but it's just not.
Did you find it easier to cut people off when you were celibate?
Immediately.
Wow.
Yeah, immediately.
You didn't have cock goggles on?
I didn't. Only when I had a drink. And also, I kept getting BV. And BV is your fault as a man. I'm sorry.
Oh, I thought you meant me. I was like, sorry.
Oh, no.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah.
No. I kept getting BV and I was just like, nah, this is not working for me.
And I feel like that's your body's way of telling
us,
you.
this ain't the one, hon. This is
yeah.
not the one. Spiritually connected and all that.
Awful. BV is the worst thing to have.
Awful.
I would say it's worse than thrush.
Awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, horrid.
I can deal with an itch.
Right. I don't know, you know.
Oh, really?
Don't like it. Don't like any of it. Just, you know what I mean? Just be nice and neutral down there. Like, stop acting up, stop playing up. I know that you're trying to tell us something about this man.
But give me a week. Yeah.
Just for a minute, let us get down a bit.
Yeah.
Stop it. Stop making me be celibate. Stop it.
Was there a final straw? Like, was there one moment that you thought, fuck this, I'm going celibate?
Final straw. I think it's just how many times men have hurt us.
Right. And the last one you thought, nah.
Yeah, the last
Fuck
one
this.
I thought, what the fuck am I doing? Like, why am I giving these people so much power over the puss?
Exactly. Power to the puss.
Power to the puss.
Is what you need to do.
Yeah,
And
I
you
know.
did do that.
I did.
But did you ever think about going for... Am I right in saying you're bi, or have I just pulled that out my
Bi,
arse?
yes,
Okay,
yes.
right.
Yeah.
Did you ever think maybe just...
Trauma again. Can't do it.
I have heard that the lesbian scene is quite scary.
It is
I would
scary.
know. But it seems quite scary.
It is scary, and I'll be honest, I'm scared to navigate it. I will be honest. As much as I love kissing and the boobies and I get a bit worried. I don't know what I'm doing.
I can relate
I like
to
a nail.
this.
Sorry.
Well, when I first got with Ella, I had to watch a YouTube tutorial on how to finger because I thought I can't let her down.
Did YouTube allow that?
Yes.
Did you see it?
Yeah. And I went on the old Pornhubs and was like trying to take note on what was... Did I throw you off there? And I was like, yeah, because this is quite scary territory. I feel like with men, it's quite simple. In and out, lay there, it's shit.
It is.
But with women, you've got to put your work in.
Yeah, you've got to literally work for you.
Yeah, it's scary down there.
Yeah,
because
you don't also because I feel as well like women naturally are quite like you want to give.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
We're givers. Apparently, lesbian heartbreak's worse than male heartbreak, though.
Oh, you know, shall I tell you why that is? I know already.
Please.
Well, I don't know. Allegedly, I know.
Allegedly.
The emotional connection as well.
Oh no.
I feel like you get a lot more emotionally deep with women. You do. If you look at all of like your relationships with men and women, even like on a platonic level, women are so deep. Like my female friendships have saved my life. Some of them ruined it. But trauma. But most of like my female friendships have been the ones where I can truly show my vulnerability without getting rejected. Yeah. Some of them. So, allegedly.
That's mad to think. You're right though.
Because with men, like we're just different. We're different species. Yeah. Well, no, hang on.
And I think
species.
Men are easier to get over because they're pricks. Mm-hmm. They're such so I've allegedly, I've never gone through a breakup with a man and thought, I've just been like, well,
really?
Yeah, no, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
see, I've
very easy. And that could have been because I was also a lesbian.
Fair.
So I think, you know, we've been there.
Yeah.
Sorry. So when did you break the celibacy? And what was that like?
Right. So I broke the celibacy a few months ago. few. Don't know how many months. But basically last year I broke it. And do you know what? I will be honest, didn't work out. It didn't work out.
Okay.
But he was the perfect person, I think, to break it with.
Right.
Little gentle, little kind of labradoodle, whatever you want to, you know what I mean? One of those ones that you have to kind of question where you're at, what's going on.
Yeah,
like,
what's happened?
Yeah, so very, very Labrador. Is it Labrador or Golden Retriever?
A bit of both. I think they're
Anything
both
you
nice
want.
dogs. Yeah.
Nice, soft, gentle.
As long as it's not a pit bull, you're all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And very emotionally intelligent. Not in the end after the 3 months when the mask drops.
Yeah,
of
we are.
course.
Yeah.
And listen, I'm the type of person where I'm like, I think conflict is healthy.
Okay.
Some people don't see conflict healthy. Some people don't like conflict. I see it as like when you have conflict and then you build from that, you get a deeper connection.
I see that.
Do you know what I mean?
When you go through hard times, you come out stronger.
Listen, we're not living in fucking la la land. At the end of the day, if you don't bump heads a little bit, one of you is more complacent. And that's what I think.
I do worry about couples that never argue. Because I think, well, obviously, must be nice, of course.
Of course.
But, like, sometimes I think it's just a bit of, like, pizzazz. You've had a bit of an argument. Now you've made up. Bit of fun.
Yeah.
The week's been a bit spicy. Yeah.
I like a little bit of argument where there's a little pug. There's a pug
What's
involved.
This? Pull and tug.
Pull and tug.
I think.
Yeah.
Tug and pull.
Tug and pull.
Same thing.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, I like that. I like a little bit of like where you're kind of fighting for each other a little bit. And then it also gives a bit of a, listen, I am here. Don't worry. We can argue, we can fight, and I'll be here. I'll be here.
Worst argument you've ever had with a man? Have you ever caught them in a really bad...
Do you know what? I think the worst argument, the most like hurtful argument I've had is been drunken arguments where they've body shamed us about me boobs.
What?
And another thing, I'll tell you this as well. So this was when I was filming a TV show, right? Allegedly. And I was made to keep my mouth shut because it hadn't been caught on camera. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're joking.
Nah. And I was like, this has really hurt me. And then they'd go, but do you really want everyone to see that? Like, do you really want
yes
everyone?
Yeah.
But then because then I thought, oh, actually, no, like, I care about them a lot.
Makes you second guess.
It makes a second guess. And I thought, wow, the amount of like shit, like the amount, is that like, would that be classed as manipulation? I don't really know.
I would say so.
Yeah. So, and like, obviously growing from that, I was like, how did I even get, but again, I was a young girl.
A body shame.
Shame.
Yeah, that would.
And that's why I'm so about body shit now on my platform, because I'm like, you know what? You're a piece of shit.
Yes.
And like you are like, so people are more than their bodies. Do you know what I mean? There's a little spirit inside of a box, inside of a shell.
A shell. We're what's it called? A vessel.
The body's just a vessel, honey.
For the soul.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
You do a lot of body positivity stuff online, don't you?
Yes.
Were you scared to start doing that? Because the internet can be a very scary place.
So I started doing body positivity literally back like 2020. Like I think so, something like that. I've been doing it for a very, very long time. And sometimes I still get the odd thing, but I think I'm so like over it now, because I just think the kind of person you have to be to body... Sorry, pardon me. Had so much water.
Yeah.
The kind of person that you have to be to body shame someone tells me a lot about your spirit and the way that you view human beings in general.
Yeah. Do you get trolled a lot or not really? How's the trolling?
So the trolling is not actually that bad. I feel like, I mean, I get trolled by a lot of men.
But yeah.
Of course.
No.
Never, gods.
How do you deal with that? What does it not bother
Don't
you?
give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't care what men think. I literally don't value their opinion, because I think men don't know what they're thinking or talking about.
Yeah.
So.
I always feel like it hurts more from women sometimes. Like if I get an older woman comment on my appearance, I'm like, that's really hurtful.
Really?
Yeah.
It used to hurt us a lot when I was very new into the industry, but I mean, I kind of dip. I don't know if I'm in the industry. I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing.
You are the industry.
So like it hurt us a lot at first. Like it really, really shook me confidence, like a lot. But I just knew that I had like a goal in mind, and it wasn't about me. It's about the girls who sit at home, who don't want to leave the house because they feel uncomfortable in their body because they're getting fat shamed and stuff like this. Like, do you know what I mean?
And do you know what's worse? The Ozempic skinny vibe is back.
It is. And you know what? It's getting masked by people going, oh, natural. Like, I'm going natural. Like, no, you want to be skinny because that's what's in. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It's like when I was at school, it was like the Kate Moss trend. That was the trend when I was at school. Yeah. Then it went to like BBLs, which was fine, like curvy vibe. And now it's back to skinny. Yeah. And I think that's awful, because every influencer I see now, allegedly.
Allegedly.
is on Ozempic.
Yeah, it's wild, isn't it? Yeah, but some people have said that I'm on Ozempic.
What a compliment, though.
Well, not really.
No,
I just think
if someone goes to me, you're on Ozempic, that's me skipping through the rest of the week.
This is the mindset of
You're right.
You've just
I've just fallen into the trap. You're fucking right, Bethan. You're right.
Yeah, like, so this is the trap, isn't it? That it is. It's like because I feel like in society, women are viewed as objects, essentially.
Amen.
That's what I think, what you're viewed as. And I think, obviously, like, you know, the kind of skinny culture and people trying to be the skinniest that they've ever been. Again, it emphasises on what you look like in your body, and it's got absolutely nothing to do with your soul and your spirit.
Yeah.
But I think, like, how you look after your body has got everything to do with your soul and your spirit. So, like, when... So, like, say, for instance, like, a lot of people fat shame, but the reason why people kind of, like, retain a lot of fat, and it all kind of comes down to, like, it can be genetic, it can be, like, you know, like, if you've got kind of, what's it called, like, thyroid issues or anything like that. Even trauma. People go to binge eating and things like that to self-soothe themselves because they haven't been taught how to regulate their own nervous system. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So... I just think if people moved a little bit more being kind, I think it would be nice, but we don't live in that kind of world.
No, yeah, you are right. I just think it's a shame. I'm so glad you're still doing it because there's a lot of people that built their career off being body positive and now they're all just skinny, like just stick thin. And I think that's sort of just defeated the
but then
whole
at
point.
the same time, you don't know what, because again, like, bodies change, they're constantly changing and evolving.
Yeah.
But I think if they went from, like, being body positive, I think essentially it's just being your authentic self no matter what size that you are.
Loving yourself.
Yeah.
Have you learned any tips on how to love yourself with the therapy?
Stop making difficult people try to love you. Stop trying to understand difficult people. So stop spending so much time understanding why hurtful people do hurtful things and spend more time walking away. Yeah.
That's such a good point.
Yeah.
I think it's really difficult to walk away. I'm someone that if I'm friends with you, I would struggle to cut someone off.
And I used to be a chronic people pleaser as well. Like, I would always put somebody else's feelings and needs before my own, before my own truth and my own like life. Yeah. Because I wouldn't want to hurt that person. Like, some things that, like, say if I make mistakes, because we all make mistakes, these mistakes keep me up at night. But sometimes mistakes don't keep people up at night. And that's what you have to remember.
I wish I was some of those people that I could just burn a bit of toast and I'd be like, I'm going to hell. Yeah. I'm an awful human being. Yeah.
Yeah, literally. Or, like, I've got a difference of opinion in something and oh my God, I think people can sometimes think very black and white, but everything's so multi-dimensional and multi-cultured. Cultured, sorry. Coloured. Multi-coloured in life. Like, and I think essentially when you have, like, conflicts with people, it's not about the conflict, it's about how you resolve it. And some people, if they don't want to resolve conflict, it's because you aren't friends.
Yeah. And that's not your problem.
It's not my problem. But I always used to make it my problem. Do you know what I mean?
When it comes to the industry, do you mingle a lot? Or, like, are you friends with a lot of people in the industry, or, like, what's the vibe?
Not really. I really keep myself to myself. Yeah. But also I get very bad social anxiety in big groups of settings. So like, I'm socially awkward. So basically, obviously, I got my ADHD diagnosis. But then, listen to this. My doctor turned around and was like my ADHD doctor, and she was like, I think you should get an autism test as well. I was like,
that's how socially awkward you are.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So basically she reckons it could be ADHD, it could be that. Autism, ADHD together. Yeah. So this is the problem that I have, right? And then, so obviously I'll go to therapy and I do something called EMDR therapy with bilateral stimulation, trying to get your mind into your body, all of that jazz. And done that. And then she said that it might not be ADHD and autism and all that, and it could be CPTSD, trauma. So I'm like, okay, so what the fuck is it? Somebody fucking tell us, I need some clarity, please.
How do you even deal with that then?
Well, you just don't. I think what you have to do is you have to have, like, really good kind of, like, discernment and, like, know your body and know who you are. I think that's the only way that you can really understand it properly.
When you got your ADHD diagnosis though, did things start clicking for you?
Yeah. It really did, yeah. Like if I hadn't have got the ADHD diagnosis, I probably wouldn't be on this podcast, like having this conversation, because it really made us so inverted and like so ashamed of myself, like so ashamed of like some of the things that have like where I haven't picked up on social cues quick enough, and then I'd sit there and think, oh my God, I'm such a terrible person, I'm so awful. But I'm like, no, like my brain just works differently, and if I can't find people with that understanding, empathy and compassion to hold space for me to have a brain like this, you're not my Bella.
I always find it's interesting with the people that I have met that have ADHD. They're like, it's not even about like getting help for it or whatever. It's just knowing you have it. Because then when you read up on it, it's like, oh my God, I do that. It makes so much sense for how my brain works.
Yeah.
And how you can also sort of understand. Because I think with ADHD, you go from highs, like massive highs, massive lows. Yeah. Very quickly.
It's like, so basically what it is it's like you're not able to fully control your emotions. You don't have that like emotional regulation that like many neurotypical people have, like where they're in a situation like, so people with ADHD, they have very, very big feelings. So when I'm happy, I am like
fucking off your rocker. Yeah.
Like I'm up in the fucking clouds. But when I'm sad, I'm in the depths of fucking hell. Like I want I swear to God. Like literally scuba skydiving. Like, do not like there's no
there's no regulation.
Nah.
Do you find it hard to get out of the lows?
I used to before I got my diagnosis, but now I recognise that it's like, and also as well, like especially like around like my cycle. So I do a lot of wellness stuff now. So I really, really track me cycle. So I like to track my hormones.
Bit of flow.
A little bit of hello.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, and then so I obviously track everything, so then I'm able to kind of see where I'm at, and then I can go, this isn't me.
This isn't you.
I'm not an evil bitch. What the fuck? I'm not evil. And then it's easy for us to kind of go, right, no, that's fine. And I can pull myself back out of it. A few years ago when I didn't have a clue and I thought I was an absolutely terrible person.
Yeah.
I thought that I was inherently bad.
Really?
Yeah, like I had so much shame around it. It was awful.
That's quite sad though, isn't it?
I don't know. I want to give her a hug.
That makes sense though, because around my period I'm a horrible bitch.
Horrid.
I'm a really, really vicious, nasty bitch. Yeah. I'll be like having a go at Ella and then I'll clock halfway through. Yeah. There's no reason. But I've started now, so I'm going to finish. But there's no reason for this. Yeah. Yeah, you've actually just breathed. But there is
though, because hormones, that's your reason.
People don't understand hormones. They don't get it. Hormones are a real fucking thing.
That, honestly, it's the best thing you could ever do for yourself is to go and get your hormones, get them checked, get them tested, get your bloods done and find out where you're at, because it'll tell you a lot about what's going on. Do you know what I mean?
Have you ever, well, actually this moves me on to my next thing. You're going travelling.
Yes.
Now, where are you going travelling? Everywhere? Anywhere?
Don't know. I'm going to let the wind take us.
Do you know what I want you to do? And I don't know if you've already done it. In Thailand, there's these retreats, like the wellness retreats. And apparently they're fucking incredible. Yeah. Are you going to do any of those?
I want to, yeah.
Really?
I've already done retreats like that.
Have you?
Do you know who I've done it with as well? This is hilarious. Chico.
I knew you were going to say that. How weird.
It was amazing. It was so amazing. It was so good. But I think as well, at the time, I was like really internally struggling. So I really was. Like sometimes when I'm in a bad headspace, I really struggle to like connect with people. I isolate myself now, which I never ever used to do. Like when I was having a bad time, I used to say it. Everyone used to know I'm in a bad way.
Yeah,
like,
to let you know.
Yep. And now when I'm in a bad way, I go like that.
I
really block my heart, and I feel like I need to get over that because
you need a chakra unblocked.
I need a little singing bowl to get a singing bowl.
But what are they like? Are they fun? Are they intense?
Do you know what? They're very intense on like an emotional, spiritual level. Like, yeah, you literally cry. And I remember I done this one. Is it not task? It wouldn't be a task. What's it called? Like a
thing.
A thing
you were doing.
I basically.
That gave nothing.
I was sat, right? And I was stood with this girl, and bear in mind, I don't know this girl, not really. I'd only been with her on this retreat. And I was a recluse. I was like this. I was like, shy. So I remember we'd done this task where we literally held each other's hand and we looked into each other's eyeballs, right? And you were not allowed to look away. You were not allowed to look away.
I hate that.
And I'm telling you, for 10 minutes straight, I'm staring in the eyeballs. And Chico's talking and he's saying, like, you know, you are a good person, like you're here for a purpose, blah blah. I mean, here, but bawling, tears streaming down the eyes, and my eyes are pinged open like that, right?
What?
Just streaming. In the end, we just hugged, and I felt like our spirits connected. It was so bizarre, but like in a good way. I'd never felt connected like that before with someone so deeply.
They do that on, completely off topic, but they do that on Too Hot to Handle, don't they?
I don't know.
You have to look into each other's eyes for like however long and you connect.
Yeah, I don't really watch a lot of reality TV, you know.
Do you not?
Nah.
Love Island, no.
Do you know what? I did watch last Love Island. I did
you?
the All-Star. Is it the All-Stars one?
Yeah. Oh, I love a bit of that.
Yeah.
Sorry, one of the questions that has just been typed.
Okay.
Are you into tantric sex?
Do you know what? No.
I don't know what that is.
So basically, I think tantric sex is like, I'm sure it's like a spiritual, like soul connecting sex. It's not like, but I'm sure you do it with strangers. I don't know. I don't know. Don't quote us on that. Allegedly. Yeah. So I've heard of tantric sex, but I don't really know a lot about it.
It feels quite intense.
I think it is.
A lot of eye contact.
Yeah, I think it's a very deep spiritual practice. People who are very, very comfortable,
right,
with spirit.
I like to have the lights off, so I think for me, probably not where I'm gonna go. But the thought was there.
Yeah.
So you're gonna do traveling. What has made you want to go traveling?
Do you know what it is? Right, I'm 30 years old. Yeah. Right, and like I've done quite a lot in the space of time, like of being 30, that I think, and like I've learned quite a lot about myself. And where I'm at now, I'm just chilling. Like I don't feel like I need to prove myself or be anything or create anything, or you know, like when you get in the TV and you think, I need to make a business, I need to do this. I've done it all. It's terrible. It's too hot. I can't do it. Right? I'm not an entrepreneur. So I'm like free falling in life right now, and I just feel like I want to go traveling because I just think that getting out of this like Western world, I don't think it's for me. And oh my God, let me tell you a story.
I'm ready.
So I went to, this is really weird. I asked ChatGPT.
The AI.
I asked ChatGPT, whatever the fuck it's called. Sorry, I don't know what it is. To read me palm, right?
Oh.
Took photos. Please do it. But fabulous. It's great. It's so great. If you're in that shit, don't do it if you don't resonate.
No, I'm going to do it.
Took a photo of it on my hand and I put it in, right? And the read me palms. Anyways, so it goes, you need to not repress your emotions because it's affecting your liver, right? Because this whole thing of like repressed emotions, it causes disease and all of this. I don't know if you've heard of that. Yeah. So anyways, it was talking about the liver, blah, blah, blah. Tell me why I walked into the Chinese medicine shop literally last week and she goes, your liver's fucked. But then I thought, is it repressed emotions, or is it the fact that I just really grew up in a very drunken culture, drinking, you know, back Geordie show?
No, but I do believe it fucks with your body.
Yeah.
So I think, did you get stuff for your liver?
I did, yeah. Okay. I spent 50 quid on...
They'll do it to you.
They do. The jet, literally. And you know what? It was only a week's worth.
Fuck off.
50, yeah, I got rinsed there. But anything health as well. Like, nothing's more important than your health.
Wow.
So £50. Cha-ching.
After this pod, I'm going to get them to read my palm. I love shit like that.
So fun.
I love that. Did it say anything about travelling?
Well, no, it didn't say anything about travelling, but what it did say is about like what I'm kind of building behind the scenes right now, and I'm literally on the right path. And I thought, fuck me sideways. Yeah. No way. No way. I was like, I knew this was my destiny.
Do you know where I think you'd love actually is Australia? I think you'd really love Australia.
Well, this is the options that I'm thinking of. Right. So Bali.
Yeah.
Australia.
Careful of Bali, Belly.
Oh, I am a bit terrified about that.
You should be.
Yeah. Because I've got a really bad immune system regardless. I've got a flu every week.
You're going to have to just have a drip 24/7 in your room, I reckon.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I seen something on TikTok. Someone was saying that the reason why people get barley belly is because they're not hydrated enough.
Either that or they wash everything with the water, like the salad leaves, the ice. It's all the water that's contaminated. Yeah. So maybe
Perfect.
just...
Live off of that.
Yeah. So good luck.
But I really want to do either Australia or Bali. I think Bali is more appealing when it comes to the spiritual side and what I'm building and what I'm doing and what I want to do. But Australia's more like, my friends are out there at the minute as well.
Could you do half and half, do you think?
I probably could, because they're quite close, aren't they? They're not that far away.
You know, where did we go in Australia, babe, with the surfers? Do you remember when we filmed that on the Gold Coast, I think? But everyone there is like peace, love, like everyone's just living in little, like, you know, they're loving it.
Vibe.
Yeah, I think you'd really love it there. I'm going to send it to you when I get home.
Oh, that's perfect, because do you know what, honestly, like even when I was speaking to the traditional Chinese medicine lady, she was saying like it's your environment, it's the way that your environment is, and I'm very much like, I'm wellness girly now, like I'm really conscious of like what I'm doing for my gut, what I'm doing for my liver, like what I'm putting into my body, and what I'm you know, like environment wise, who I'm surrounding myself with, who I'm cutting snip. I've only got one life. If you think that you're going to give me dis-ease, right?
Yeah, you're wrong.
You're wrong.
Maybe I need to start doing that, you know. Have you ever seen a psychic? What do you think of psychics?
Love them. But I personally, because I'm already, I've got very good intuition myself, and my palm obviously said like I've got spiritual abilities.
Yeah.
So I do my own anyways. I do my own. I know what I'm doing. Really? Does that make sense?
Yeah. There's a few people, when I was speaking to Talisa's got this thing where she'll have dreams and they'll happen. Or they'll give her... there was someone else that I was talking to the other day, and every partner she's had that's cheated on her, she knew, because she'll have a specific dream about it, and it's always true. Some people are really intact with their...
really in touch, really.
They're going...
So, yeah. Well, I'm very in touch with energies, me. Right. So, like, when I'm walking into rooms, I can feel it very... And it might be hypervigilance from trauma. Yeah. No, but I think obviously like through experiences in my life, I've learned to like, not anymore as such now that I'm a bit older and I understand it, but like through experiences, I suppressed it a lot. Yeah. Growing up and... Yeah.
You can't suppress.
Because liver.
That's one thing I'm learning. If you want a good liver and you want to carry on with brunches, you must protect your liver.
Yeah.
And that's what I've got from this conversation here.
Right.
I hope my palm doesn't go, your lungs are fucked from vaping.
Shit,
it's not even the trauma, it's just the vape.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You ask it, so basically it tells you like heartline, lifeline, and lifeline doesn't mean how long you're going to live, by the way.
Fucking hell, so I'm not doing that.
It just means like quality of your life, like what experiences and stuff like that, whether it's broken or whatever. But
question for you.
Go on.
If you had an opportunity to find out when you die or how you die, which one would you choose? Feels like we're in afters.
I'd say, I know it is, isn't it? Fucking hell, this is bringing back. This is so triggering. None. I don't think any. I think.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think I'd say any of that shit. What about you?
I would probably do how. Just because.
But what if they say you're going to literally get crushed by a building?
What I would then do.
You wouldn't leave the house?
No. Well.
You're born in a cave somewhere.
Yeah, you're so right. But then the cave would fall in, probs, and that's how it would happen. I don't know. I would be quite intrigued, and I'd want to know. Well, I don't know. I just always think about that. Like, I've already got my glam team booked for my open casket, so I think.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
Just for one last hurrah.
But like, do you have to have an open casket?
No.
How
it's very Irish.
Like, what is that? Are you Irish?
No.
Oh, fair. Multicultural.
Yeah,
fair,
I like to embrace it all. Yeah.
So I wonder if there's a way that you could just get burnt on a log fire, but like just sprinkled, because I don't want any funeral company profiting from my death. Yeah. My family's not. Shit, they're probably all going to be gone before me. Because I'm. Oh no, wait there. Hang on. Right, this is very morbid.
I'll be there with you on like a stick.
Right. Rotisserie
on like
chicken.
An open fire.
Rotisserie chicken.
Yeah, she was great, that one. Yeah. That's what she wanted. Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking, because I think it's wild the way that Western world lives, and you know, when you look into it deeply about like funerals and stuff like that, it's already so traumatizing, and now you want to spend 75 million grand, right?
Yeah,
on that.
And one thing I will say as well is priests aren't like they used to be, but I think maybe put me in a tree, or like, you know, make a tree out of me. Like an oak.
Yes, that's something that I would love as well.
Yeah, because then you
sprinkle
can
us on the plants and let us feed the ants.
Do you know what's really weird actually? Last night when I was going to sleep, I thought, I feel like I just want to touch grass at the minute. Like I feel very away from nature at the minute.
I love that for you. Yeah. Nature's calling you back.
Sometimes I fucking love sitting there and just, or like I when I was in the jungle, I would hug trees.
I was going to ask you that.
I would hug trees, and you would feel the vibes off the tree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you know that? So I always hug trees. No, I do.
Bethan's at it again. She's hugging the oak.
No, literally I do. And obviously I don't, like, I'll post sometimes that I hug trees, but like I'm a tree hugger.
Yeah.
Like chronic tree hugger.
People don't know the effect hugging trees has, but it will fucking make your day.
It will.
100%. And you may look stark raving mad.
Mm-hmm. And that's fine.
But that's absolutely fine. Yeah. When I leave here, I'm going to find a patch of grass, I reckon.
Do it. And barefoot as well, so let all of the earth put its little electrodes or whatever in you. I need to stop doing that. No,
I like it because it's adding.
I know, but I need to stop it. It's
so imagine you on a date going, they're like, what was that?
I literally do that though.
Yeah. I got... God, I went on a date with. She kept sticking her tongue out at me. And aggressively.
That is me. That is me. I don't know what it is. It's like, because I feel like I move from going, and then I go, like,
yeah, it
you know
fills
what I mean?
the gap.
It fills the...
Yeah, I'm more of a side.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, tongue. Which actually is an issue, because sometimes when I do it too much, I get a dry patch on the side of my mouth.
No, that's actually really annoying.
Yeah, it's really bad, yeah.
What was I going to say? Yeah, so basically... Hugging trees,
yeah.
Do it.
Is there anything left on your bucket list that you would like to do?
Do you know what? I think heal me inner child.
Yes.
Fully heal the inner child. And find reciprocal love.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
Maybe throw a bungee jump in there.
Maybe a bungee jump, maybe a little bit of celebs go dating again. I would like to do that again. I need to redo that shit, because I was severely under some sort of spell.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, the evil eye was there.
Yeah. Evil eye. I had evil eye. So I feel like now I'm a bit more into myself.
I think you'd be more open to what's to come.
Yeah.
And do you know what else? I'd like you to bungee jump, go on Celebs Go Dating, heal your inner child, of course, and do Celebrity Big Brother. I'm going to put you forward 100%. I feel like that would be fucking incredible for you to do.
Only thing I think as well though is my emotions. They're all over the place. And I need
good telly.
So listen, obviously if this does happen, Big Brother, negotiate now quickly. So the nutrition, it has to, because I've got ADHD, gut health, all of that.
Liver.
It has to. I want the seeds, the flax seeds, I want the pumpkin seeds, all that shit. All right.
Luxury shopping budget is all for you.
So everybody better pull the fucking weight.
Yeah.
Because if I spiral out of control because of my ADHD, then I'm so sorry, but
you can't be pulling a Megan McKenna. You can't be.
What's that?
Do you not remember?
Oh, yeah. Ham and cheese. Oh,
yeah. Let me in there.
In
Incredible telly.
I probably will do that as well.
I can't wait to watch. So you've also got a new pod coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Wild to Mild.
Yes.
Incredible name, by the way. Tell us all a little bit about that.
Okay, so Wild to Mild, basically, we've got this...
Correct.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So we've got the concept because... You know, we were very, very wild girls in TV, would drink a lot, would party a lot, would be very reckless. You know what I mean? Reckless girls. We're a bit more mild now, and we're kind of, maybe it comes with age, I don't know, but like we're a bit more mild and we can really kind of understand like life experiences and how we've grown from it. So so that's basically what it is. It's literally me and Nicole O'Brien, and we're just sat and we're just talking about all of it.
Oh, I love it.
I tell you what it is, right? It's like It's very much if Mel Robbins' podcast met Grace podcast. Like, we
Chaos.
go in, chaos. But then at the same time,
trauma.
the trauma, but we talk about very deep things as well. So if you're a deep
girl.
A deep girl.
And when's that coming out?
So we're due to actually launch it probably about May.
Amazing.
But we want to have a lovely little party for it. You're invited, of course.
I'm there.
Yes.
I'm there.
And we're going to do a nice little launch party, maybe a screening, like a first screening, get
That would be
everyone's
amazing.
opinion.
Yeah.
Obviously, don't let us know that shit because I'm not putting it out.
Yeah,
I'm
the
too scared.
episodes are filmed now, do you know what I mean? So what are you going to do? Yeah.
Yeah. So we just want to be sat there and we really want to just speak to the girls.
And are you guys best friends in real life?
Yes.
Are you close in real life?
Yeah.
That is so good.
Yeah.
There's no boundaries.
No boundaries. Anything I can say to her, just unfiltered.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't wait for this. I feel like
so
it's going to be
excited.
juicy.
Talking about boys, talking about friendship breakups, talking about the lot.
I love that. I love that. Well, I can't
you.
wait to listen. And is it YouTube, like Spotify?
Yes, Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, all of it.
Sensational. Wild to miles. Secondly, to finish, what advice would you give me to save Grace? I ask all my guests this.
Okay.
What have you got for me?
I would say maybe you should do one of those retreats.
Really?
I think that would be really, really good. Because you know how like when like when someone's really funny, right? I know that when someone's really funny, it's because they've went through something.
Yeah.
You need but then at the same time,
uncover.
You need to peel back those layers.
Yes, yeah. That's really funny you say that because every comedian I have met, they have gone through an awful childhood, or they're just severely depressed.
Yeah,
and I'm both.
That's fair same.
Yeah. Trauma.
Trauma. Love it.
Well, it's been amazing to have you on.
Thank you
have been
so much.
So good.
Partners.
I'm going to message you about the retreats.
Perfect.
And I'll also give you an Australia recommendation.
Gorgy. Why don't we do a retreat together?
In
That'd be
Australia.
funny.
Australia. There we
Exactly.
go. 2 birds,
Oak
1
trees,
stone. Yeah.
sand and grass, Australia.
Talking about different women. I can't wait. It's been amazing to have you on.
Thank you so much for having
Thank you
us.
for coming on. If you've been watching, give it a follow and a 5-star review. And if you've been listening, I don't know, just do what you've got to do. Watch, listen, subscribe. Just do it all.